The irony is that we were going to go to Vegas and like gamble a little bit, go to dinner, have some drinks, and then it just turned into just gambling.
All gambling. Men have taste buds on their nutsack.
I don't know why they call them condiments. They don't taste like either. Well, welcome back to the Good Enough Podcast. We have gone to the Outback for already 5 seconds in the hottest episode. We're not talking about us because that would be the coolest episode.
Yeah, it's blazing hot out here.
Which leads me into stirring up the pot, and this shit sucks. It's hot as shit and a half.
Absolutely.
I'm still been moving last... All right, our camera stand sucks.
For those of you guys watching, sorry.
Yep, sorry if you get motion sickness.
You are on a ladder.
Well,
that would be very much good enough and did not fully secure.
Okay, well, we'll just keep this one going. It's hot as shit. This shit sucks. I'm sweating. I've still been moving. I feel like Ryan's been pretty much secured in his move, but I'm still in the process of moving, and it is hot as shit, and I'm moving a good handful of people, including myself. And we've now secured the camera mount.
Yeah.
And did you know what we used as a brace?
Some Apple AirPod Pros.
And do you know how you can get a pair of Apple AirPod Pros?
I don't. How do you do that?
You follow us on Instagram at GoodEnoughPod. It's basically defunct at this point because we just straight up don't even use it. We did some kind of week of silence for good measure just because of the world's happenings. But if you would like a pair that are great for noise canceling, talking on the phone, listening to your music at extreme volumes, and propping up
shimming your ladder.
Yeah. Shimming a ladder so that you're recording on your podcast will be good. Just shoot that Instagram a follow.
What's funny is, to describe to you guys, we have a full-size ladder here.
Yep. Just
peeked up in the lawn, but as Tyler was putting it up, we got sidetracked, and we didn't lock in the legs.
Oh, shit.
And instead of doing that, he shimmed the ladder with his Apple AirPod Pros.
Yeah, this one's fucking real random. All right. And you might be wondering, like, hey, guys, like, where do you record? Like, you've seen a few different places, wherever we can.
Yeah, anywhere that we don't get kicked out of.
Yeah. So that's going really well. But now that we've really collected ourselves, finished the little shindig here, I'm giving myself heat stroke every day, still moving stuff for the family. Ryan came up and helped me for a few days, and it's been miserable. But you know what? We're in this bitch.
Yeah, we are.
Yep. As chaotic as normal. And you know what? Someone actually asked me this week, do you guys, like, edit? And we... Okay. I hope it doesn't get lost in the audio. And right, answer that is absolutely no. We do not cut anything out. We just run it for half an hour and bleep some of the curse words out that would be offensive to grandparents and Mormons alike. Holy shit. All right. Wow. This has been a lot already.
Oh, this one's just real off the cuff.
Yeah, so, wow, just to really add to the debauchery of this one, I think we both have some questions we were sent from friends and listeners. I'm going to start off with the most bullshit one I got, is if spiders have 8 legs, do they only have 1 vagina?
8
legs and 100,000 eyes.
You know what I'm curious about? Do spiders even have vaginas? Like,
no.
Imagine how tiny that... Okay. Does a spider have a butthole and a vagina? There's no way it has room for both.
Yeah, good point. All maxes were snakes, not spiders, so I don't really know.
Yeah, to answer that question, if they have a vagina, guaranteed only 1.
Yeah. I don't think they have 8 or 4.
No.
I don't think spiders really follow rules.
Yeah, I don't think so either, because they break every rule I give to them, which is don't come near me, don't run, and don't jump.
And for sure, don't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of those suck ass.
Brutal. Okay, that one. And then one asked, "Hey Ryan, what's it like to have a chode?"
Oh, you.
I'm not gonna lie, that was. I might have submitted that question under an alias, but okay. The only actual answer question we got this week was, "Do you have any guilty food pleasures or things you like ate as a kid and later found out that that's not how everyone else does it?" Like you eat corn cobs with your ass.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that one.
But only for Pride Month.
Guilty food pleasures?
Fluid? For instance, this is not that weird, but like nobody did it and I got called a weirdo later. I guess it's like me and my mom and my sister used to always only eat pasta with Italian dressing, which is a salad dressing or a marinade. It's not like something you put on stuff like that.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like still, that's the best. I'd rather have that than spaghetti, for sure. I don't know. Apparently that's like a super weird thing.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. One thing I used to do, because I didn't like butter, was I would make toast
Okay.
and put ketchup on it instead.
Okay. That's
Real weird.
real weird.
Yeah.
You eat tomato bread.
Yep, precisely.
That is your version of margarita pizza because you don't like cheese or butter.
Yeah, basically. There's something else
That's
that I was
struggle
thinking
pizza.
of that
It's basically Little Caesars.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn. No, I can't think of what it is, but
Another food thing. Yeah. That's the only one I could think of, but I was like, damn, that's a really good question.
yeah.
I used to go to Mexican restaurants as a kid and order cheeseburgers. And I swore they were the best.
I used to do the same thing.
But in retrospect, like they probably had the shittiest burgers in history.
Casa Ramos, terrible hamburger. All I ever used to eat until I turned maybe like 16.
I did that at Tortilla Flats.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
When it was still like a regular restaurant.
Huh.
Now it's like different. But yeah, just like I would call it the Mexicali burger, and it was just called the cheeseburger. And I thought I was really dope, but it turns out I was just 10.
Yeah.
And I had braces, so that wasn't that cool.
Yeah.
But that's the end of the questions I got this week.
All right. I got one.
Okay.
On the topic of kind of what's been going on in this background this morning. Why are manholes round? I mean, we see them all over the place.
That's true, yeah.
They're hard as shit to pick up. They're heavy. They're in the ground on a like rectangular street. Why would they not be a square or rectangle or something? Why they got to be round?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it because it's called a manhole?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's 'cause I think dudes are just fat.
Okay.
Like, we're not popping your dad on like a square.
True, but you would have a little extra corner room to jump down there.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't.
Weird question.
That's a very weird question. I actually don't even have like a smart ass answer for that one.
Yeah.
You stumped me.
Okay. Random one here. You've been given an elephant. You can't give it away or sell it. What do you do with the elephant?
Sell my car. Just ride it around.
Dude, it would take forever to get some places.
Yeah, but if you got to be at work at 9 and you just leave your house on an elephant at 5, how dope is it when you show up to work 5 minutes early on a goddamn elephant and just feed it like 8
It's a
watermelons?
fairly good point.
Oh no, hippos eat watermelons, not elephants. What do elephants eat?
I think they just eat like grass and shit, don't they?
I don't know. I'm not a zookeeper.
Yeah, neither am I. Plus, the elephants are always in the back of the zoo.
Yeah.
But
That's crazy.
okay, last one here.
Zoos are so weird.
Yeah. Plus, what have they been doing in all this time?
it just, I don't know, yeah, just eating. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess they're just doing the same thing we are, just sitting inside and eating. We're finally in zoos. We are zoos.
True.
I'm an elephant.
But all the animals
me.
don't have to do their shows and stuff.
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
are they going to start attacking the workers when we get back to it?
Hopefully.
Those are going to be some pretty awesome shows.
We should get in line, like first in line.
Yeah, we should.
Start a vlog. Just
This
go
is-
to every show until someone gets eaten.
Yeah, the new Shamu. For his first time swimming with Shamu the whale, he will ride on his mouth. Oh. Goodbye. Yeah, that'd be a terrible first day on the job. Yeah, something tells me, though, that them being cooped up and doing absolutely nothing
just sitting in cages their whole lives.
Yeah. I can't imagine that the staff is really doing anything extra special for them. So,
Yeah, probably not.
yeah, I don't know. But, okay, lastly here. How well do you know your spices? Or a fair share of them?
I would say 6 out of 10.
Okay.
I also feel like I'm getting set up for something.
No.
Okay.
Your task is to design a spice rack for the blind. How the would you set it up?
Oh, dude. Hottest, most successful.
All up front?
Just ground
Double.
Carolina Reapers.
Yeah.
First thing. Dehydrated Da Bomb right in the front. And you go, oh, yeah. And then you tell them, right? You tell them.
All the good stuff is in the front.
Yeah.
Mix it all together.
Right in the middle of the front, of course. You like the two tallest, you have your salt and your pepper. No, that's Da Bomb. And I've taken advantage of this whole situation.
If you guys have not tried Da Bomb, we brought this up before.
Oh, God.
Try it.
Don't try
It's
it.
so fucking hot. It was bullshit.
Yeah.
I thought I was dying. That was supposed to be our episode 1.
Yeah.
Didn't
Scrapped.
happen.
It was actually the shortest episode we've ever recorded.
Yeah, it was
Bullshit.
probably under a minute long.
Yeah. Which is usually about as long as we last, but it's fine. You know, it's funny, like our little local watering hole where we had bike night,
Yeah?
they get, I was talking to the guy a couple days ago, they get the Hot Ones monthly box, which is like 3 sauces at random.
Yeah.
I've started trying them.
Nowhere in comparison.
Some are.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude. Gnarly. It's so good, though.
Damn.
But, of course, we're referencing Hot Ones by First We Feast, the Hot Wing interview show that we watch all the time.
Freaking hilarious.
Dude, it's so funny. So funny. Such a vulnerable concept.
Yeah.
It just
Break
takes
people
someone
down.
completely out of their element from the start.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah. Shit, let's roll over into this shit sucks.
Yeah.
And I just came back from a little camping trip. Yeah. And it's hot outside, and mosquitoes thrive in this kind of weather. And I was up in the mountains, in the forest, and I got freaking eaten alive. Dude, while we were camping, I sprayed like mosquito repellent like every 30 minutes, like doused myself in it. Even when I had a long sleeve on, which I put on to not get bit,
Right.
they were all over me. I sprayed my jacket, everything. It was so annoying.
And
I am just bit the hell up.
It sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, it is. And that's why this shit sucks. Because it sucks.
I'm gonna go. Man, I hate to get serious on it, but there was some I thought about talking about last week, but it was just like starting to unravel, and I didn't have enough info to like really give good context.
Yeah.
But this shit sucks is that everyone has been so cooped up for so long that like a bunch of really disappointing shit's coming out. The one in particular I'm referencing would be like the whole Crystalia thing. I don't know if you heard about this.
I have not.
So, okay, good. I mean, everyone pretty much knows this. It's like a household name for people our age. But like Crystalia is a stand-up comedian. He has one of the most popular podcasts ever, really.
Yep.
And it's probably the most successful podcast, I would argue, or the most entertaining that I've heard that's just one person and no guests. It's hilarious. It's like it's one of the only podcasts I like really carve out time to listen to every week. Whatever. Dude is just naturally so goddamn funny. But I guess some stuff came out early last week about him like hitting up minors like 8 years ago or something.
Damn.
Like between 4 and 8 years ago. And he has like made a statement, said it's like all not true. It was just all Twitter based from like young chicks. And it's one of those things, and I of course would never stand up for that because that's so gnarly. But I'm not entirely convinced.
Yeah.
But
It's kind of hard with no like backing too.
yeah, and then there's just like all it is just like random screenshots from like email accounts that are way too obvious.
Yeah.
And there's like no icon pic. I mean, this dude is like famous then, and like it's like chrisley@rocketmail.com. And you're like, okay, what? Like, I don't know. I'm not discrediting anybody. I hope everything pans out. Regardless, what a huge... Even if it's not true, someone just come out, do that, like, ruins your career. A dude who's, like, thriving. And it doesn't work well because everyone just makes fun of him because they say he looks like a pedophile. And then he played one in, like, a really popular show, like You or whatever. I've never watched it, but the season that just came out, he was cast as a pedophile because he was, like, an actor, too. And so everything just, like, all lines up real easy to look bad.
But then at the same time, I was looking it up here. Couldn't remember his name, but, like, the super popular actor Rob Lowe.
Yeah.
Super well known for
100%.
sleeping with girls underaged.
Yeah.
When he was, like, I don't know, 20s, 30s.
Yeah.
And he's still just as popular, just as famous.
If not more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think regardless if it's true or not, I think he'll be totally fine. But it sucks to have that, like, bad reputation and kind of like...
And that's the thing. That's like, I mean, like, I'm not a big stand-up comedy guy.
Yeah.
Like, an hour is like a really long time to listen to someone, like, set up 8 jokes.
Yep.
But like I said, I religiously listen to his podcast and all the ones he's in. And stand-up comedians run the podcast world.
Yeah.
They're all, like... I mean, even Rogan. Like, Rogan's a stand-up comic. Like, everyone. That's, like, the top 10 podcasts are, like, mostly... Especially comedy ones, or stuff that you would actually, like, casually listen to, are all professional comedians. So it's, like... It's really gnarly, and everyone's like, yeah, we don't know... Like, this is a shock to all of us. We've been friends with this dude for 15 years. Like, this doesn't line up at all. He was, like, known as a ladies' man. And he's got, like, a girl, and, like, he just had a kid.
Yeah.
And he just turned 40. And these are all, like, allegations when he was, like, 30. When he was, like, small but still, like, kind of popping. But it's so interesting to me, like, everyone you've ever heard that does that shit is, like, actors and stuff, which makes sense because you work for, like, a month a year.
Yeah.
And then you can just kind of be weird. He's, like, known workhorse that...
Doesn't have time for that kind of bullshit.
Well, yeah, he's just... and he's, like, he doesn't drink, he doesn't do drugs, he never has. So there's, like, things like, oh, yeah, that one chick was like, oh, yeah, he, like, roofied me or whatever. And you're like, this guy doesn't do any, like, seedy shit.
Yeah.
And he's at comedy clubs till, like, 1 a.m. every night. What do you think he has a girlfriend and, like, lives at home? Like, I don't know. Whatever. It's just so weird to see someone that, like, was part of my interest in this whole deal kind of, like, take a huge fall and has been real silent since, other than, like, a statement where he was just like, no, everything I've ever done's been, like, legal and consensual and whatever. But he was, like, known as a ladies' man who played a pedophile on a TV show and just, like, does a podcast and, like, does a million stand-up dates he has, like, stand-up shows, like, 6 nights a week.
Damn. What sucks, too, is, like, he does that role where he's the pedophile and whatnot.
Yeah.
And there's so many people that, like, watch a show or a movie, whatever.
Yeah. And attribute that character.
100%. Yeah.
That's the only persona if you've only watched You and didn't know who he was.
Yep.
Which is an insanely popular show. It was, like, #1 on Netflix for a while. Like, you just attribute his characteristics to that character.
Yeah.
Forever. Which is a bummer. But like I said, when we did the podcast last week, it had just broke the night before, and there was, like, no real... And like I said, everything's been Twitter, and there's no proof of anything either. Not that that discredits anything, and I would never want that to come out that way. But, like, there's no cases.
Yeah. So
it's just word of mouth, and it's, like, a bunch of random chicks on Twitter versus this, like, icon, and now all of his friends are just like, yo, we don't even talk to him. Like, we don't know what's going on. He's got to figure that out. It's
that
not our
sucks.
business.
Hey, guess what? This shit sucks for him.
Yeah, being alive right now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Also, this shit sucks for this week. Our Anchor page. Our Anchor page funding is running low.
Oh my God.
If you guys would like to donate, go to anchor.com. No, sorry. Anchor.fm/goodenougghpod. You can donate to our podcast, Our Wellbeing.
We did just hit $6 on the nose.
Oh, dude, we're ripping.
Yep. What did we start this in February? And we've each made $3 so far.
Congrats, bro.
Yeah, we did it.
On that note, we're going to get paid by actual people and advertisements. So listen up.
Yeah, figure it out. Thank you to the one person in Ireland that listened to this, by the way. That was cool. And there's one person that listened for like 30 seconds in Germany. So we're killing it.
Wow.
Thank you to our international listeners, because apparently we have... Yeah. I don't know. It's gnarly. But I still can't believe that like our first episode did so well.
How well are we talking here?
Our first episode, and mind you, we're little guys that don't do like a ton on social media.
Bro, I weigh 145 raw pounds.
I don't anymore. I did.
Beef.
I collected the COVID-10. I officially did.
Oh.
Yeah. But we did like, within a very, very short amount of time, did 100 plays on just the first episode, which is insane because we didn't know what in the shit we were doing.
But who wouldn't want to listen to a good Vegas story?
Yeah, I mean, almost all Vegas stories are good stories.
Yeah, exactly.
We need to get back there.
So
It's open, I think.
if you guys are listening to, what is this, episode 22 now?
Yeah,
I
sounds
think.
about right.
And you haven't listened to episode 1, go back. Audio quality,
Not as good.
not as good. It was our
Echo.
first episode.
Pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
Set up about as professional as this one, if not more.
Yeah.
But entertainment value is pretty high.
Yeah, so check that one out if you haven't. Otherwise,
It's called Vegas for Dinner.
yeah, and it was a good one.
It was a really good one. I mean, we just heard my story last week. I went to Tahoe for lunch, and that was like the training wheel version of that trip. But we came out guns blazing.
True. And I want to come out guns blazing tonight in Tahoe
Yeah.
with the money that we earn from this Anchor ad.
Yep. So you'll hear next week. Did we lose $6 or did we turn it into $6 million?
Yeah.
I've got a pretty good bet on what's happening, but hey, I don't read minds.
$12,000 later, we're riding home in new Bugattis.
$12,000 couldn't even rent you a Bugatti for 4 hours.
Bro, that's what I mean. We're going to rent one for an hour.
Perfect.
That's all that it's going to take us
We're
to
gonna
get home.
record another episode
Yeah,
in the Bugatti.
correct. And you guys will hear about it next week.
But until we have the $12,000, we got to collect a little extra side money. So in that case, thank you for listening to another one of Ryan's beautiful Anchor.fm ads. All right, guys. Thank you for listening to that. Gotta pay the bills here at the Good Enough Studio. I just like to add to this shit sucks. Something just popped in my head. Wearing a goddamn mask is probably the worst thing in history. I have to do it for work about 6 hours a night with no break. That's horrible because we're running around. And then I went to AAA today to get DMV stuff, and they made me wear one outside. Was there shade outside? Nope. How long was it outside? 20 minutes.
Oh my God, that is god awful.
And I have a beard, right? And not that I care, because I look like a child. I look like a child molester under the beard. Poorly timed joke. But, dude, sweat city. It's sweat city all the time, and I hate it. And now you have to do it in California, wherever you're at, in public, except for when you sit down at a restaurant. So that sucks. It's a quick little blur, but that's our reality.
Hey, on that note, 2 things. Number 1, I saw someone who posted on Facebook they have not worn a mask until this week, where they were forced to wear one now that our new law has been passed. And
Mandate, dude, even worse than a law.
Or yeah, the new mask mandate. And kind of a weird spot where he was forced to wear it. In a dentist's office that he was going to his appointment. Which is
that's
so confusing.
Annoying.
Because the one place other than a restaurant where you physically have to take the mask off,
Yes.
why do you need one to walk in?
Yeah, I don't even have like a smart ass joke on that one. That's annoying as shit.
Yeah. And then my gripe. Oh, go ahead.
No, nail it.
My gripe for me, being someone who wears glasses 24/7, it fogs my glasses so quickly. And not only that, but it's like your beard makes it hot like around your mouth.
Yeah, it's just sauna.
Yeah, mine, it's like the heat goes up into my
Nailing it.
glasses. And sorry for that static. But the heat goes up into my glasses and it's just like a full freaking face sauna.
Yeah.
And it's so uncomfortable. But
That shit is the worst. And that'll suck, and I'll bitch about it every week till it's gone.
yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna move on to what in the Sam Hill.
Yeah.
Grab some great ads here. I mean, articles. This is a great one to start with. Teen wakes up to thick cock and gets cream pied.
That's porn.
Oh, sorry. Wrong advertisement here. Or article. Sorry.
Oh no.
That was actually an article, but
It was the article.
it was only
to
a video article.
Yeah. It wasn't many words.
Told their whole life story. No, just kidding. Actual article here. Heel.
This heat, dude.
Man's bladder explodes after holding in pee for 18 hours after beer binge. An incident that refines sleeping it off.
Can you imagine?
Dude, I cannot. This Chinese man's bladder burst when he unknowingly held his pee for 18 hours after binging on booze. 40-year-old man downed 10 bottles of beer during a heavy drinking session the night prior without heeding nature's call once. Passed out, woke up because his bladder burst.
Oh, that's absolutely insane that could happen. That's weird. There was just so much carbonated beer in your stomach that just fermented and exploded.
Yeah.
That's got to be what happened. But also, why would you do that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, personally, I've never drinking 10 bottles of beer in one sitting.
Are you shitting me?
12.
The
They were
anniversary of...
cans.
Oh. I was going to say the anniversary of that was like 3 days ago. Oh, my God. Oh, that video's actually on our Instagram. In one of the trailer clips, I think. Or at least it was on the story for a while. Good times.
Well, we might have to resurface that one.
Yeah, that was one of the best moments in history. We'll kind of go back and forth here. I have 2 headlines, both of them, shockingly enough, from Florida. But I've been on this site so many times, it's like a Miami paper,
Okay.
that I can't read any more articles because it wants me to buy in. But the headlines are so good that...
When you guys donate, Tyler will buy in.
Yeah,
and
and
we
then
can
it's just game
all
on.
hear.
So we'll go at number 1. This is called What in the Grand Theft Auto.
Okay.
Mind you, this is just outside of Miami. He needed to get his weed to California, so he set out to steal a plane, police say.
Okay.
What?
How do you steal a plane?
And
Where do you steal a plane from?
And when you steal the plane,
How do you fly it?
and where are you rolling like a pound of weed down a runway?
That's a good point.
And a pound of
Where's
weed
the
is
pickup
not that
location?
much weed. How much weed did you have to feel the need to steal a plane and fly it across the country during a pandemic?
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, I don't know. But I almost am glad we didn't get the full story, because just the idea of that is way funnier. You know, like Grand Theft Auto, when you're trying to steal a plane and you break into the airport and you got to drive a car over a fence?
Yeah, it's
I just
bullshit.
and I just imagine him doing that with like a van full of weed, and it made me giggle. But you prove a very good point I didn't even think of. Gross. How are you flying the plane? I would say probably, if I had to take a guess, meth
Yeah.
was involved in
Quite possibly.
using a flight simulator
Yeah.
on miniclip.com twice.
And something tells me that's not the most legitimate way to learn how to fly a plane.
No, I wouldn't suggest it.
And that's under like a stress-less situation. This would be high stress, high adrenaline, probably going to up somewhere.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
no-
that blows.
No question there.
Speaking of blowing apart the toilet,
Hmm.
this article title, well, first off, let me preface this by saying a lady posted to like a food page
Okay.
of a pasta dish that she made.
Pasta disc.
God, this heat. Anyway, the article is headlined, Woman's Pasta Creation Brutally Ripped Apart as Others Compare It to Diarrhea. So what she did, in short, was pasta and gravy, which is just nasty poo brown.
Yeah, I was going to say. That has to look like shitty baby food.
And so people were calling it diarrhea. It just looks like little
Yeah,
slippery wet logs.
Oh.
because she used penny pasta,
Oh yeah,
and it's just like dripping wet and brown.
that's horrible.
It is,
I thought the idea of food is to make it look edible, so
dude.
that
This
you
is
want to eat it.
unpleasing.
Yeah, it's just a diaper.
I mean, you could look at it and go, "Oh, it looks like chocolate pasta," which also sounds
is
like shit.
Almost worse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would
really
rather
bad.
eat diarrhea.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Also, actually, no, I take that back. Wouldn't 100% rather eat diarrhea. I agreed with you and immediately regretted that one.
Hmm.
We'll go to the second one here. Beaches just reopened this month, and high poop levels have already led to swim advisory.
Okay, so what you're telling me, beaches are opening up, people
Yes.
are going in, dropping logs in the ocean,
Yeah,
waves are just
making poo spaghetti.
poo spaghetti, the little turds are just surfboarding it up over the waves,
Yep,
dropping on the beach.
100%, and it's led to an advisory of being like, watch out for turds. People are dropping them.
See, that's so impressive to me because
Everybody's on the same page about something. Finally, we all
how
want
do
to
you
poop in the water.
smash a poo out in the ocean? Number one, you got to pull your suit down.
Yeah,
Number two,
Is
how
it-
the f*** are you doing that in front of everyone? I feel like there's some bit of like stage fright.
yeah. And which way do you face? Because if you're facing the beach, you're blowing poo back into the backside of your bat wing.
That was my other thing.
Yeah,
That bitch is going to come up and f***ing hit you. Why risk pooing in the water where it's going to float up?
yeah.
Possibly.
You're sabotaging yourself.
Yeah. And most likely, if you're shitting in the water, you're
not
not going to
good.
be at waist height. You're going to go into like shoulder depth.
100%.
So that log might just float up and touch you in the face.
And because of how density works, if you really just rocket one out,
It's going to come up and launch
Fast.
out of the water.
yeah, it'll breach. It'll breach like a whale. And that's not cool. But I mean,
And who knows? Maybe if it sinks, you might even step in it on your way back to the shore.
and that would be what we like to call karma.
Yeah.
So just dig a hole in the sand and sit there like everyone else. Don't poop in the water because you're making people real sad because they're getting barefoot waffle stomps.
Yeah.
It's not good. I don't like it.
Yeah, that was a good one. Well,
Florida's a crazy place, man.
yeah, it is.
The thing is, and the best part is that I look first for things in Florida, and then I'll travel outwards, and it just never lets me down.
No, there's always good shit that's happening in Florida.
And by good shit, you mean bad shit.
Funny, entertaining, slightly stupid,
Generally
good shit.
displeasing.
Yeah. Which is a real bummer that we're, number one, on the complete opposite coast.
Yeah.
Because we don't get the in-person enjoyment of any of these articles.
100%.
Secondly, I wanted to go to the beach this week. Now,
I just don't care.
you have dumped on that parade.
Literally.
Pun intended.
Yeah. Yikes.
But, yeah. Well, shit, that was all I had for this week.
Yeah, I mean that was a real put the kibosh on it. Damn. I was gonna ask you a relationship question, but you've just been with Shelby for so long. There was one that was what did your crush do that absolutely killed your interest? Has Shelby just ever done anything that you're just like, God damn it, like I'll just see you tomorrow?
Yeah, when she told me to help unload her car while we were playing Warzone.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah.
Like, bro,
Yeah,
I'm
that would
about
actually-
to win.
Yep. And then she turns her Xbox off, and then you throw her through a wall.
No, nothing that I know for a fact.
Yeah, there's gotta
there
be
is an
some.
answer to this question.
Maybe we'll revisit this.
Yeah,
one.
that I can think of off the top of my head right now. No.
Off the top of my head, I would say the one thing that a crush has done that for sure made all limbs go soft was she had a boyfriend. So
Oh,
yeah, but
she was married.
yeah, and
She had
you
a
know
husband.
what? That was obviously she doesn't have commitment issues, but
Yeah.
I have an issue with her commitment currently.
Yeah.
But I think on that note, we'll just wrap it up for this week. Killing it. We'll follow the Instagram. We got AirPods. We're coming back. I'm knocking off the fact I don't have a graphic design degree. Probably make some dumb stuff for the Instagram. Really generate some hot heat as far as content's considered. Gonna channel in all the sweat that's underneath my t-shirt right now to make something.
Yeah, it's currently 96 degrees, and we chose to do this podcast outside.
Yep. And we'll be riding motorcycles most likely for the rest of the day, and it'll only get hotter in the next hour.
Correct.
So, cheers to summer.
Yep.
But, yeah, if you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, roast us in the comments about how great this quality of our Sway Lee camera mount was at the start of this. I'm sorry if you didn't pick up on the multiple farts into the mic at the start. I think that's pretty much it.
That's all we got.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next week with maybe an actual camera stand. We'll cash out our $6 that we hopefully make money on tonight.
Yeah.
Any last words?
Nope, I got nothing.
Hell yeah. Sweet. For this week, it's been, I'd say the episode was good enough.